What's up guys, we do continue the topic of Canyon road bikes today. We covered the ultimate range of those bikes, which are super light, super stiff racing machines, and today we're going to be talking about some of the features of the Endurace line. So other bike manufacturers would call it endurance range of the bikes or comfort racing bikes. Canyon does not only play with this word endurance, saying Endurace, but also they emphasize this race DNA on these bikes. That means that these are really racing machines, optimized more for comfort than the ultimate line. So there you go, really nice nickname, Endurace, for those bikes. We've got three different lines of the bikes here. The first one is the Endurace CF SLX, the carbon bikes. That's the top of those models, on different components of course. And then we have Endurace CF non-SLX, the cheaper version of the carbon bikes. And the third one will be of course the AL, so Endurace AL aluminum bike. There is one I don't recommend and there is one I would really recommend, but the price is so high. So let's just talk about some of the features. Let's start with the geometry. Here we've got the geometry of the SLX model, the non-SLX is here and the alloy is here. So all three will of course have shorter reach and higher stack than the ultimate line. So these really racing specific bikes, more aggressive in terms of the position. But between those three there are also some differences here, and if we look at this top model, the SLX one, for the medium size, for example, it will have reach of 382 and the non-SLX will have 378 and the aluminum one will have 375. Then when we compare the stack, it's really clear that the aluminum version has much more comfy position than the SLX one. So even though all those three are like the endurance bikes, the geometry will be different. So the alloy one will be more comfy, but check out also your sizes. And then between the SLX and non-SLX, it's not that easy to tell, because the stack of this non-SLX is 571 and 578 for the SLX. So SLX has longer reach, as you can see, by 4 millimeters, but then also higher stack. So of course longer reach means more aggressive position, but higher stack means more comfy position. So you have to just work it out for you. The differences are not huge, but it's just not so easy to say that all those endurance bikes have just more comfort position, because the position on those three will be different. Alright, so we are now on the Endurace SLX 9.0. Here we have the non-SLX 9.0 and the aluminum 7.0. That's the top alloy model of those. Now, which one would I choose? I would really, among those endurance bikes, would choose the SLX model because of so many cool features. The only problem here is that it will be much more expensive than the non-SLX version, much more expensive. So this one on Endurace will be way cheaper than this one on Altigra. So that's the problem. But in terms of the features, man, just look at this one. The joint of the seat tube and seat stays and the top tube is just same technology as on the ultimate line. So we do have the integrated seat post clamp here from the back. If you want to see some more features of those Endurace bikes, go to this website. I'm going to put the link below. It's really nice review here on granfondocycling.com. You can see the cockpit of this bike, many features that you don't see on the website of there. That's how the seat post flexes here, and here's the seat post clamp. So it's something designed by Canyon. It's supposed to be allowing for the seat post. It does allow seat posts for more flex because it does put stress down here, not up here on the seat post tube. So that's very interesting. Let's look at those features here. What I do love here is the integrated cockpit. It's the H31, so it's different one from the one on the Ultimate bikes. This one will be more aero racy. This one is still aero, it's integrated, but it's more like comfy oriented. And then we have this C15 VCLS seat post. So the seat post will be different than on the Ultimate one. As you can see, we've got some leaf suspension here design. This seat post will really flex nicely. Some riders even say that it flexes a bit too much, maybe. But one important thing is that the tilting of the saddle doesn't change. It remains the same because of the way they assemble the saddle to the seat post. So this unit here allows for the saddle to remain on the tilting that you have chosen for yourself. So that's really nice feature. And then let's look at the frame. It weighs 820 grams. What about the non-SLX? Do we have some info here? I don't just remember. Yeah, we have just over 1,000 grams. So there will be difference on weight, of course. The non-SLX bike will have also different fork. It's 114 SL, and this one on the SLX model will be 114 SLX disc. And we have disc brakes on these bikes. So this one weighs 325, whereas the non-disc different fork on the Ultimate version weighs 290. So it's not that much more. Strange information here is 114 fork shaft. No information is about tapering, but it is tapered, so it should have like 1.2 the bottom bearing and 114 the upper one. No infos here. Also about the through axle, we do have the through axles. This one 12 by 142 is of course the rear one, but there is also a through axle in the front. So yeah, it's here 12 by 100 millimeters, so that's the right size here, but here it says through axles and one size for both, so that would be wrong. Here is the Cockpit H31, 335 grams, nice, for 100 the length of the stem and 420 millimeters the width of the bar, and seat post S15. VCLS stands for vertical comfort and lateral stiff, and it really does work like that. So Canyon was really focusing so much on the comfort on this one. Through axle, it means a lot for me. Some people say it's hype for those manufacturers to put through axle on the road bikes. For myself, it does make a difference in cornering, braking, going through some rough tarmac even, in my opinion. Sprinting, it does make a difference. So this is something that I really like here. And the quick release for those through axle is just designed by Canyon and DT, I guess. Once you lock your wheel into place, you can just leave the quick release here, you can remove it and just put it into your pocket. You use one release for both, like one lever for both wheels. Very nice. Some other nice feature here is that this bike will fit up to 33 mils tires, which is awesome. It comes with 28 mils. Very, very good. You don't lose so much speed, if at all, but you gain comfort. This is the integrated seat clamp. That's the bolt here. That's the joint here. So really, really nice design. That's it for the SLX, the highest model. The SL, as you can see, it's heavier. It has also different fork. It doesn't have the disc brakes, it doesn't have through axles, and it doesn't have the integrated cockpit. So it is so much cheaper, but you don't get so many features of the SLX model. And then the aluminum one. If you know me, you know I'm a great fan of aluminum, steel, titanium, of course, but aluminum, which is not really heavy as steel, You can still design it, you can make the frame very compliant. I'm not really impressed with the work of Canyon here, because we don't have tapered head tube, so it's okay. We have 1/1/8 inch both bearings. I don't like those welds here so much, especially here in the rear, and I do understand that by making compliant frame set with using carbon, you don't have to be shaping those so much. It matters a lot on what kind of carbon fiber you use and how do you make the layup. But for the aluminum, those straight tubes here, I don't think those will be really compliant. So these are not super thin as well. Still, Canyon will say that they use this VCLS system here for the stays as well, but I'm not that much, you know, sure whether it will be really compliant and comfy. So I'm not sure whether the ultimate alloy version will be much stiffer or harsher than the Endurace one. So I'm just not sure about it. What I really like is all those features of the SLX model. Usually I'm really trying to recommend something that is as cheap as possible, but here the integrated cockpit, the seat post is also available for the non-SLX, but then the through axles, super awesome, and that would be really the bike I would like to be riding on. But when we look at the cheapest SLX, here you have it. It would cost 3,600 euros on Ultegra versus 2,900 euros for the non-SLX on Endurace, so it does make a difference. But really, through axles, it's something that convinced me so much. The first time I rode it, I would like to have through axles on all of my bikes. Guys, that's it for these bikes. So still racing machines, but more comfy. The SLX is super comfortable. Some riders would tell you that maybe not that responsive because of how much of a comfort they put into this frame set. Let us know if you have one of these bikes. What would you recommend, what you don't like, so all those interested in buying this one, purchasing this one, will know more. Thanks for your comments, thanks for your thumbs up and supporting this channel. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.